How to ask question, why to ask question, and what kind of questions? So what is a question? This is simply a sentence or a phrase, or it can even be a word that is asked in order to get information or in order to test someone's knowledge. That is, in normal conversation, we need a sentence, say it can be a declarative sentence, it can be exclamatory, and it can be in a question mark form, which is called as a question or interrogative sentence. So we need to ask question. We cannot, keep ourselves away from asking question because we need information. We need certain knowledge. If we want to work, we need to have knowledge. So question is basically a way of getting information. So there are two types of questions. The two types of question. The first one is close-ended question. The second one is open-ended questions. So the close-ended question that the name suggests, these questions will give you answers only in yes or no. That is, are you hungry? The answer will be yes or no. Yes or no. Now, basically you have limited or closed the options here. So you have closed the end. So there is no other option the other person can say. Well, he or she is free to answer in another way. But if you say, do you have TV at home? Yes or no? They will say. Yes or no will be the answer. Correct answer will be yes and no. Right? Now, you need few more details. Question, we expect more details. What do we do? Because now we are not satisfied with yes and no. So now you'll ask, okay, if I again ask you, do you have a TV at home? You can answer, I have a Toshiba TV at my home. So you are adding some information other than yes and no. So basically, you are trying a question, answering a question which is open-ended question. Now this answer is not restricted to yes and no. You have not limited. You can ask, what type of program do you watch on TV? So this cannot be answered in yes and no. So sports, news, or anything else. So, do you watch TV? Yes or no? That can be a closed-ended question. Then what kind of programs do you watch on television? That is an open-ended question. How to frame questions? So framing close-ended questions, framing the open-ended questions. Close-ended questions are what? That can only have yes and no in the answer. So how to formulate? So when we make a close-ended question, we use certain verbs. Actually words which are verbs, or you can say helpful auxiliary verbs like be, do, have. Now these be, do, have are used, these are employed or asked or used to convey the additional information like time and mood, the duration, the feeling, emotion. That is, I'll give you an example later. Let me tell you about can, shall, may, should, could. Now these are also auxiliary verbs and these are called modal verbs. Previously be, do, have were auxiliary verbs and these are called modal verbs. Can, shall, may, should, could. This is showing possibility or necessity. So be, do, have is, as I said, time and mood. These are auxiliary verbs. That is, some time and mood has to be related. But can, shall, may, should, could, here we are talking about the possibility and necessity. Right? So how do we do this? How to make the question? You just take any of these verb or word and just place it before the subject. That is, you have to place it before the subject. For example, I'll just give an example that how to use this be, do, have, can, shall, may, should, could. That is a simple sentence, I like it. How can we change it into close-ended question? How do you do this? You just add a do before the subject. What is the subject? I is the subject. Just add do before it. That is, do I like it? Now, this is a close-ended question, and the answer can only be yes or no. It can be yes or no, right? So when you want to ask about time, mood, then you can ask be, do, have for close-ended. When you want to have possibility and necessity, can, shall, may, could, should can be used. So these are the close-ended questions after we have added helping verbs. I cook dinner. So do I cook dinner? She can cook dinner. Can she cook dinner? They cook dinner. Do they cook dinner? So we just have added do, can and do. These are close-ended questions. We just added helping verbs, do, can, like this, which I just suggested you. But the main thing is, the helping verb changes based on the subject. Like, we have said, do I cook dinner? It will not be good. Can I cook dinner? Do I cook dinner? Or could I cook dinner? So that will not be the proper question. But the cook doesn't change. Cook is all same in these three sentences. Do I cook dinner? We used do, but cook didn't change. But she can cook dinner. Do she cook dinner is not a correct way of questioning. But cook remains the same. Do she can cook dinner is not a good way to form a sentence. But they cook dinner, can they cook dinner? This is also okay, but do they cook dinner? This is what we are implying here. So the main thing is the cook remains same. It doesn't change it for the form. Only because the subject is I, we use do. Because the subject is she, we use can. Because the subject is they, we use do. I hope you got the point. Now, framing close-ended questions can also take another form. We just change the position of subject and the verb. That is, whatever question we are asking, we will not use any helping word, auxiliary verb, or modal verb. We are just going to add a transformation. That is, we'll exchange the places. We will change the position of subject and verb. He is there. Is he there? This is a question now. They are cleaning their room. Were they cleaning their room? This is a question. You have formulated a question. Can you help me? You can help me can be changed to can you help me? This is a question. And this is a close-ended question. Only yes and no can be answered. Now, framing open-ended questions. The answer cannot be in yes and no. If somebody gives, you cannot stop him. But the answer cannot be in yes and no. So how do you do this? How do you do this? For that, we use certain, again, words. We'll use what, why, who, how, when, W. Please remember there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 W's and 1 H. Remember we already discussed this. So when we are talking about when, we are talking about time, where is the place. So all these questions we are going to formulate will not be in yes and no. What did you do? What did you do? So you cannot say no or yes. Yes, no is not possibility. You have to say I went to the park, I studied, I was sleeping. Why did you go there? Why did you go there? I went to meet my friend. I went to pick my stuff. I went for shopping. How did you go? I cycled. You cannot answer yes and no here. You have to answer in a proper way. Now let us see what we have learned. How do we approached it, and did we learn something? So let us see. What are close-ended questions? So close-ended questions are always answered in yes and no. There is no other possibility. So question, the C is the answer. Questions with yes and no answer are close-ended questions. Which of these are open-ended questions? Where do you live? Now, yes and no, you cannot answer here. Are you hungry? Yes and no, you can answer. Yes and no. So this is a close-ended question. How do you feel? I feel lazy. I feel ecstatic. So there cannot be yes and no answer here. Did you meet him? You can say yes or no. So the A and C are the open-ended questions. Okay. Where do you live? How do you feel? These are open-ended questions. And are you hungry and did you meet him? These are the close-ended questions, because B and D can only be answered in yes and no. Otherwise, where do you live? I live in Bengaluru. I live in Montreal. And did you meet him? Yes, I met him. No, I didn't meet him. Okay. So this is how you have to see the answer either in yes or no. It cannot be an open-ended question. So let me add the C and A also. A and C both are the open-ended questions. Next one is, which of these are question word? What is a question word? We have already seen what, why, who, how, when. So what is there, which is there, how is there. So all these are there. What, why, who, how, when, where. Which is also the use, right? Which also is used for questioning. So we can include which here. But the problem here is the B one. How can you form a question with one? Want you go there? Do you want something? Do you want something? So do is used here. Want is not. So want is not a question word. But what is your name? Which is that thing? Of which subject did you take? So A, C, D are the correct answer. B is not. Which of these is the correct way to convert the sentence you are studying into a question? So if you remember, we can change the place of subject and verb and we can formulate a question. So are you studying? This is a correct way of making a question without even adding any added auxiliary or say modal verb. Other sentences, other questions are not valid. You are studying is already there. Are you studying is the best way. Studying you are or studying are you is not a correct formation. It doesn't give you the proper, it's not grammatically correct also. C is the correct answer. Make a note of 5 questions your friends asked you. How many were open-ended questions? Make a list of 5 close-ended questions you asked other people in one day. So I'll just give you an idea here. Let us start with the close-ended questions. Close-ended questions are those questions which always give you in yes and no answer. Are you feeling better today? Yes and no can be the answer. So see, I told you here that close-ended, yes and no. Open-ended, you can add information. Will you please do me a favor? You can say yes or no. You can say no, you can say yes. Have you already completed your work? Yes and no. Is math your favorite subject? Sometimes you say yes, sometimes you know. Will you be going to grandmother's house for Christmas? Yes and no can be the answer. So these are close-ended. Open-ended, let us say open-ended. What are you planning to buy today at the supermarket? You can give you waffles or some cauliflower. How did you and your best friend meet? You can have a full story about that. We met at a meeting. What is your favorite memory from childhood? When I went to the zoo for the first time. What makes the leaves change the color? You can give all signs of chlorophyll and etc. What types of decoration do you plan to have for your friend's birthday party? You can explain each and everything here. That you'll have balloons, you'll have some name, you'll have some shining stickers. Okay, this is all about this discussion. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself.